everyone, and welcome. I'm Marcie, best current independent demonstrator with Stampin Up, and I am from Clovis, California. Welcome, welcome. So I had to wear my stuff that Sherry got me, of course, but I don't know how to put these things on. I've never had a crown. So anyway, yesterday was my birthday. And so, of course, today I told her that I would wear it on my birthday, but I didn't do a video on my birthday. So I have to show you my sash. It says 60 and fabulous because I turned 60 yesterday. And hello, 60. So, yes, I am owning my being 60. I told my husband I earned every damn year. And so I am enjoying my birthday this year. And it's funny because 50 was kind of weird. I think because I lost my dad when he was 52. So I was like, oh, 50, I don't know. But this is hurting my head. So I'm going to take it off, at least for now. Anyway, so 50 was kind of odd. But 60 I'm really enjoying. And it's probably, I'm happy where I'm at, and my kids and everybody is good. And so anyway, yay, 60. Woo! Okay, so, and thank you guys so much for all the birthday wishes, and I really, really appreciate that. So thank you so much. Hi, everybody. Let's see. Susan, Carrie, Gloria, I'm reading. Welcome back from vacation, Gloria. Hello, Miss Anna. Marva, Carrie, hi from Australia. Hi, Stacy. Aloha, Margie. Thank you for my birthday wishes. Love my crown. I know, I wish I could, maybe if I just put it on top a little bit, it'll be okay. It just looks weird. I don't have somebody here to help me fix my hair and make it look all pretty, but that's okay. It's not so bad sitting on top. Let's see. Marva, welcome. Sherry, hi. Let's see. Thanks, Margie. Thanks, Gloria. Fabulous 60. Thank you, Stacy, for sharing. Queen of the day. I take the whole month, Paula. I really like to celebrate my whole birthday. In fact, my son yesterday or today came over and brought me my gift and stuff. Let's see. Paula, Carol, Deborah, Crystal. Oh, thank you. 60 is a good age. Wish I could go back, going on 83. You go, girl. And still stamping. I will stamp to the last day. Okay, but this has to come off because it's like falling down my arm. Anyway, so I had a wonderful day. I didn't get called for jury duty yesterday, so that was really good. I was happy about that. But today, jury duty. Hello, Nola. Looking great for 60. Oh, thanks, Barb. So it's funny when I think about my mom when she was 60. And my girlfriend and I were just talking about this, that we are so much more active. Not that I go out jogging or, do crazy stuff, but I go out with girlfriends, and, I'm really active with my kids and, my grandkids, and, my parents were not that active. And I think, and all of our parents were not that active. My dad worked and came home. My mom was at home all the time. And so it was just different. When they were younger, I remember them going out and doing stuff. But anyway, I say the 60 is the new 40. So I'm going with that. Anyway, so yesterday I got up, I watched Brewer in the morning, and then I went to get my hair done. I had to exchange some stuff at the stores. I did that. I stopped at a friend and talked to her for a little bit. And then what else did I do? There was something else I did. Oh, went to Costco. So my husband didn't have to. And then last night, I thought I was going to get all that stuff done earlier in the day. And then I was going to go to the casino because I had money. You know how you get free money on the card monthly or whatever. And I haven't gone in a while. So I decided, oh, you know what? Maybe I'll go up and spend my free money. And I didn't. And then when I got home, my husband was like, you should go spend your free money. Why not? It was like no, I don't know, a couple $100. And so, and it's like 15 minutes away. So I was like, okay, well, that worked out good. So I brought home a little extra, so now I can take it with me to Vegas for leaders. Yay! Oh, thank you, Marva. Hi, Tanya. Hi, Nancy. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Cheryl. So anyway, I did that today, jury duty. So I went this morning, and luckily I have leaders already scheduled on the 9th to fly to go to our backstage. And so I got off. They said, oh, you already have plans to, you have your ticket and everything. I said, yep. And they said, okay, you're excused. So that worked out nicely. So if they do it every October, chances are October, November, I've got flights. Okay, I'm taking that off. It was fun. Um, so we'll just put that there. It's a really heavy duty, nice one too. This is really a nice, and I was surprised it said 60. I didn't notice that at first. Anyway, so let's get on with it because we are doing our bingo bonus cards. So we're going to take care of that. So November bingo is open for registration already. It's going to be November 19th. I have an awesome 3D project I cannot wait to share with you. I have, let's see, I'm going to be using the ornamental or modern Christmas bundle. I'm going to be using, well, two cards have a little bit of traditions of Christmas to them. One is definitely a traditions of Christmas card. Let me look. The other one is going to be surprisingly different. It's not necessarily a Christmas theme, but it could be. And and then I'm working on one that is it has a little bit of the peace on earth to it. That's the one I'm working on now. A little bit of peace on earth, a little bit of snowflakes, and a lot of bling. So there's that one. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a heads up on the cards. So thanks, Lisa. Oh, thanks, Paula. I did get it done yesterday. Thank goodness. I needed to get it done before backstage because it was getting, and my girl's going on a kind of a lengthy time off in November, December. So I thought I'd get it done now and then I can just trim it before she leaves. So, I hate going to other people. So I'm pretty much stuck with my girl that I like. So that's bingo coming up. Traditions of Christmas. I still have that available. It is a PDF video link only. It's got some awesome projects. There they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 projects. The top left is our bonus project. And so a really, really fun class. And I believe that suite will be available November 17th. And so totally going to be worth it. I loved doing this card class. It was a lot of fun. All right. Let's see. What else do we have? Oh, kits. You might have heard there's going to be a Come and Kit It special. And what this is it's a challenge and it's for demonstrators. So what I'm asking you to do is to help me earn some DSP, special DSP like we had last year. And last year, I believe I did some thank you cards with that paper and sent it out to customers. This paper, it's hard to see on here, but it's stripes and polka dots, which I love. And I would absolutely love it if you would all just purchase one kit. And that would really help me earn the DSP and also, of course, help I'm obviously working on my incentive trip too. And so if you could do that, that would be awesome. And so it's a demonstrator challenge. So this would be awesome if you can help with that. And it's any kit in November. So Paper Pumpkin does not count, but kits, and I believe scrapbooking kits also count. So any of that would be awesome. Next week they are announcing the top performers, which is kind of exciting. It's been a challenging year for everybody, so we'll see how that plays out. But that's always a big deal for demonstrators that work this as a business. And so it's going to be kind of a big, they're going to announce it on our demonstrator planning place, which is our Facebook page where we post our cards and look at other people's examples and samples, and people ask questions, and it's where demonstrators just kind of, help each other. And also Stampin' Up does post, things out there for us. We have classes on there that we can follow. And there's a lot of training that they do for demonstrators. And, anyway, that's one of the places that we can go to. And so that's going to be kind of exciting for next week. That being said, the join special is over in just 2 more days after today. So the 31st is the last day. Please, if you are even thinking about it, just join. If you decide, you know what, I don't know why I joined, I don't know why I did it, I shouldn't have, or let's say you join and then you put an order in and then you're like, oh, I don't know if I should have done that, then it'll just lapse eventually when you don't meet your quota. But until then, you're a demonstrator. And like I mentioned before, we don't mind, and Stampin' Up doesn't mind, because people come back, people end up staying, and it just gives you an idea of what it's about. And it's just you might as well try it and see what happens. So, of course, I'd love to have you on my team. I've already given the spill, so just keep that in mind. You can join anytime, but October is a great deal. October is almost over. You're still going to have 6 months. So you have until the end of April to give it a try and get $300 in sales. That'll keep you current. But in April, you will get to pre-order all of the brand new big catalog. And so if anything, that will keep you current for the next 3 months after that. So anyway, yay, we're done with that. Hi, Joan, how are you? Looking for Christmas cards. This will be great. Oh yeah, the class, the Christmas of Traditions, Traditions of Christmas is a great class for cards. But November bingo, there's also going to be more. Okay. All right. So we're going to do this fun card. No stamping. I know that this ephemera is out of stock right now. I don't recall the date. I didn't even look. I should have. But it will be coming back, and it's an awesome, awesome, the ephemera packs with the sentiments are so cool. And I really like putting them in bingo and kits, because you may not have a stamp set that has just the right shape or size sentiment, which you probably do. But so by putting this in with the ephemera, you don't have to stamp anything on this card. So, all right, let's just jump in. We're going to just be putting this together. Oh, I was saying my son was just here. It was back to school night for our parent teacher conference, I guess I should say. And so they had to go to school for Grayson tonight. And so I got to watch the boys for just a little bit, and Grayson read to me, and that was a lot of fun. And then they brought me they brought me some flowers, and Brewer and Grayson made me a pumpkin, a ceramic pumpkin. We have a little ceramic place here called Color Me Mine. And they made me a little pumpkin, and I just got, what do you call it? Timer tea lights, because I have some pumpkins to go outside to put them in. And so I told him, yay, I just got these tea lights. And so I put it in. He was so excited. So here is some paper. This is the Traditions of Christmas. I have used this a lot. I have a lot of this paper from the classes, from my Christmas cards. And so this is all I have left of this print. So this is what my Christmas cards are going to be. And that is more than I thought I had. So yay. But I did do some cards for bingo. And this one is, yes, for bingo. Oh, look at there. That is not right. And I just cut that on purpose, and that was my fault. Yay me. I just cut it because I noticed that my kit didn't have it. And I cut it wrong. Because I was just cutting another card for bingo that I was kind of planning on doing. And I did the wrong size. Hopefully I didn't do that on your kit. All right, so it should be 4 and by 3/4 of an inch. Silly me. All right, it should be 4 by 3/4. Yay. That's better. I don't know what happened. Sometimes when I'm putting the kits together, I will pull like mine with my cards once I start packaging all the kits, and I'll put them in a bucket to the side, and then I start doing all your guys's and, you know, finishing them up and putting them in the envelopes and all that good stuff. And then when I get back to mine, I realize that that I didn't finish kitting mine, so not surprised. So hopefully you guys have the right size in yours. That would be bad. All right. And then we add the gold. So my normal 4 by 3/4, and then I usually do 1/4 by 4. And now the only time I don't do my white in 4 is if I'm using DSP. And I will show you what I know why I did that, you guys. I know exactly why I did that. Because I was going to have you guys cut your white down and your pink. Because look. So, just like I was mentioning, if it's DSP, I do it 4 because then you can get 6 sheets. 6 layers per sheet, right? Well, I do the same with gold for sure because you want to get the most out of your thank you, Carmen. You want to get the most out of your paper. So you want 6 per sheet. Well, that's the same with the gold. So this is 4 by 5 1/4, which is why you see more white on the edge. It's not 4 and 8 by 5 3/8. And then I go down this usually 3 3/4, because if this is DSP or a glimmer, I don't want it 1/8 of an inch. I'll do 1/4 of an inch because I want to see it, right? So this will be 1/4 of an inch. So this one's going to be 3 3/4 by 5. And so that's usually what I will do on the inside. And so my thought was I'll leave it at 4. You guys can cut them smaller if you want, but I should have left that 4 for you, and I didn't because I was going to have it match up. Although you don't have to. It's not like I'm going to put gold on the outside and the inside of the card. And these are already cut at 4, so that's why my mind went that way. But if I did give you the small one, it's going to match the outside. Do this 4 by 5 1/4 and this 3 3/4 by 5. That is where my mind went on that size of DSP. Match the front. All right. Oops, that one's done. There we go. All right, so there is the inside. All right, super simple. I usually, okay, so this one, watch this. Talk about not wasting. Here is your arch, okay? This is the gold on the front of your card. And then this is your leaf that's on the front of your card. So when you go through and you're putting everything together, this is glued down because this is popped up, this is popped up, popped up. So I glued all of this down, and you can't feel that that leaf is missing. And you can't feel that the arch is missing because it's glued right on top of this anyway. Now, I would not take anything out of where you're going to write because then that's going to be lumpy from taking something out. So that is saving your gold. So make sure you do that. All right, we are first going to add our adhesive. Just take this, lay it on there, make sure, yep. Now see, I wouldn't want to put it on here. Again, you're doing that 1/4 of an inch around. So do it on the back of this. It's going to be plenty enough to go on your gold, and it's going to adhere on here if it goes through that, the arch of the hole of the arch. So we're just going to add this, and this will stick perfectly fine onto the gold. Right. Let's put that here. I like to kind of see which way I want it to go. I'm going to do it this way. It's getting covered up quite a bit. It doesn't really matter. Oops. Oh, Marcie. All right, twisting it is really helpful when it gets just to that end. All right, here we go. Pay attention. I'm talking to me. Pay attention. I'm so used to the 1/8 of an inch around that I'm trying to be careful and pay attention that it's a 1/4 of an inch. All right, so you're going to have a little bit of sticky. So that's fine. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and adhere this right away so it doesn't attach to everything. But I am just going to put one down the middle. Just because you have it all on the white and nothing on here, and you've got a little here, which it's going to adhere just fine. But I'll give it that little bit of added. Oh, thank you, November 17th. So it's going to be the same day as the suite. Perfect. I love the ephemera. I have a bit of it. Think about when I do my bingos or classes, I'm doing a bunch of kits. And so if I'm pulling this out, I think the gold has 6 in a pack, but the black has, or is it 2 to a pack? No, 6, I think. And the black, I think, has 2 to a pack of if you pick out a sentiment, something like that. So I, have to get a lot of that. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put this. Again, I took that greenery embossing folder. What is that called? I think I forgot to put that on my list. Right here. Peaceful Greenery. And so just put your embossing, put this in your embossing folder. I mean, it's already in there for you. We did it for you. Put it in like that. And just kind of get it and think about where you want it. Okay. Kind of like I did the that diamond step card that we just did. And it just kind of gives you some. Now I'm going to do this down the middle, and I'm going to do liquid around the outside. As you see, it's got all those bumps in there from the, oh, this is from a different project. Look, I'm getting sticky shaded spruce on me. All right. This is that bottle that's been giving me problems, but I'm not giving up on it. I'm not. Notice I can't use this. I'm doing my hand if I have to squeeze it tight like that. All right. There we go. And I know it's going to go through the leaves, but that's okay because then I'm going to put it on the card. All right. So we're going to put that right there. It is so funny at jury duty to see all the people like go up and ask questions, and it's kind of like, just listen. They're going to tell you what to do, and they're going to tell you what can be excused. You hear all kinds of stuff. I told the person next to me, I said, I bet that these poor people hear so many different excuses. This was the first time that I really wanted to get off because I knew I was going out of town. And they said that the jury today was until December 19th. Whew, that would have been one heck of a jury duty. It started November 10th, and I fly out on the 9th. So, all right, we're going to just stick that right down. Now, you could pop it up if you wanted to, but I chose not to. And I'm going to give just about the same distance all the way around. All right. Now, let's set that aside and let's get our bow. We've got the velvet bow here. Let's put that together. Notice that the bow looks like it comes down. Now watch when I turn it over, it just goes up, and I like it like this. I like it upward. So we're going to add our glue, and we're going to add our bow here. And then I like it where the opening, there's a little tiny, you're not going to be able to see this. There's a little tiny, like a L shape. I do it in the upper left corner. It just kind of looks like it fits there the best. But I'm going to have to take my pokey tool and put it on there. There we go. All right. So let's set that aside. We'll let that dry a minute. I need to get our leaf and just take out those little pieces here that you need the chads on here. All the negative space we don't need. You doing one leaf versus me doing a whole bunch is a little easier. All right, so there's that. So let's put our dimensionals on here. So notice on here, you're going to do dimensionals on your leaf, okay? And then you're going to layer your flower pretty much on top of the leaf. So you're going to need dimensionals down here, and then we'll use some glue up here, okay? So it's going to be like that. So I'm going to use my mini dimensionals. And here's our sentiment, and here's our gems. So let's try not to lose those. All right, so I think I can put some large ones in the larger spots. If you just put them in just so you can get them in there. All right. I'm going to put another one here. And one down here. And then I need to start with little ones, half ones. I even had to cut some today that were like quarter dimensional, so tiny. All right. And then I'm going to come, oops, I have two. And just come into some of these leaves that don't have any on here. And I'm going to come to the tip of, let's see, the only tip I really want to make sure I put one on is up here. And then the rest, I'm just going to kind of add them wherever you think. I'm going to add one in the middle right here. And I really think, oh, I'll do one more right here. Okay, I fibbed. Two more. We're going to do one right up here. All right, so that's good. I'm good with that. So let's pick that up and bring our card in. I was selected for a grand jury. It was supposed to be 2 days a week for 4 weeks. It ended up being 4 days a week for 4 months. Oh, my husband was on that jury. It took him months. It was a doctor's office, and I don't know, him leaving and taking patients, and I don't know, it wasn't anything that exciting, that's for sure. Not that you want it exciting, but I want it to be interesting to keep me awake. That would be my concern. I guess not exciting, but interesting. I worked for attorneys, so I know how boring they can be. Sorry if any of you are attorneys. These guys were transactional. It was nothing exciting. We didn't have anything. It was property and probate and wills and all that good stuff. And not even family. We didn't even do family law. All right, so we're going to bring this up towards the front. So you're going to want your stem to stay on the card and your tip up there, like this, is going to go up and kind of touch the gold. And this is going to come over. So you're going to like barely have this on, but you want this leaf to kind of hang off right there. So it's going to go just about like that. Now notice I just laid it there. I didn't press it down, okay? So just kind of lay it there. And then we're going to take our flower, and the flower is going to go like this. Now, if you look, I'm trying to see if I put my, yeah. So you can put your dimensionals in between right here to hold it. But I'm just going to use glue. But we're going to use a dimensional at the bottom. So I'm going to bring my large dimensionals and put one right here, because we know that's going to go right there. And then just kind of slide the flowers down to whatever looks good. So think about what's going to happen here. Oh, the first thing you want to do is we're going to take the bow tails off, because we're going to be putting your ribbon right there. So what we want to do, and I probably just put my dimensional right where I didn't need to, is you want to keep your flower stems, okay? And just get rid of your ribbons that are hanging down, okay? Oh, Carol, you did too? Ooh. Yeah, when I saw the dates, I thought, oh yeah, for sure. And then they said, don't be sure that you're going to be getting off, because we could move you to a different courtroom where you could serve on another jury that, maybe won't be as long, be in a different courtroom. And I was like, oh, okay. So I didn't think I would, but I had other things scheduled that I was able to get, not do it. I don't mind doing it. I would do my civil duty. That's fine. But every time it seems like I've gotten up there in the box, they release me. And like I said, I worked for a law firm, so I kind of have a feeling that was probably part of it. All right, so we're just going to do that. And this dimensional is going to hold it. And then we're going to glue the rest. And if you put glue here and it's going to, end up here, you're not going to see it anyway, so don't worry about it. But you want to make sure that you kind of put it everywhere and enough to where it's going to hold on to, somewhere. All right, we're going to put this, and you want your flowers to be straight. So when you're putting them on there, I want my flowers to be straight, but you want them like on the gold. So what I did is I put the green kind of in between I'm going to bring it down just a tad. You want to see the gold, so bring it down and then bring this gold in between these two leaves. And it just kind of goes perfectly for your flowers to stay straight. And then push your dimensional down as soon as you know you're where you want it to go. Okay, so there's our flowers. Now we're going to bring in our bow. And I just did glue on the back here and on the ribbon, even though it's kind of up because, you've got these layers. I'm still going to put it there because I want to press it down and make sure that it's holding where it needs to go. All right, so that is good right there. And now, here is a tricky part. These have adhesive on the back. So if you wanted to pull the adhesive off, and just attach it to your project, you could do that. I just put dimensionals on the back. It's not, I don't think it's going to come off. Now, the other thing you could do, which I started doing, is you can take this off. The problem is you don't want to put two dimensionals on here. And then if this gets stuck, if you put a dimensional here and a dimensional here, and then for whatever reason in the postage, it gets like, pushed down, then this is going to stick to your project. So what we're going to do is we are going to make sure we put enough dimensionals on there so that doesn't happen. So I'm going to take a large one and I'm going to come all the way over to the edge and put it there. Okay. I'm going to do another large one and go really close to it. Okay. Because I don't mind it being sticky. I mind if it's going to stick to my project. I'm going to take, you know what, maybe a full one will fit there. Let me look. If you turn this just right, the full one will fit. Make sure that you put these two close enough. Let me pull this in. Make sure that you put these two close enough to each other so that you can fit a third one in. And then I'm going to take one of my little mini dimensionals and this little part right here that's kind of hanging out. I'm going to do that. So that way, if it does get pushed down, it's not going to stick because it's pretty much covered with the dimensionals. Because if you stick your dimensionals to this, it's kind of like the same material that this is, right? And if you stick it to the back side, it's going to stick to it, but this is going to peel off of your sticker. And chances are it won't. But I would just hate if your whole sentiment, comes off and all you have left is that plastic, this stuck to the dimensionals. Because if this lifts, because this is that shiny side, right? So this is going to come off. It won't come off here. So your dimensionals are going to stick really well to that. So I'd rather do this. And I just this is like a little cove right there. So I'm just going to stick it right in there. I want to make sure it's straight. I'm going to lay it down, straighten up my card. And I'm going to move that up a tiny bit. And I'm good with that. And then we have our little gems. And our embellishments, we're going to do a large one right here. I did the green because there's that pop of green in here. And I wanted to give it, the red would just kind of blend in. So I wanted to do it a little different. And then I just kind of tucked that one there. You can, obviously put them wherever you want. I liked that. It's funny, everybody's eye is different. Like, where would you put it? How would you do it? Because some people, I might see somebody that says, why would they put it there? And then they might see mine and say, why would you put it there? So everybody's different. But that is it. Super simple. So you did some embossing here. You used one piece of 4 by 5 1/4 gold foil. And you did the leaf out of the arch, out of the rectangle. I put baby powder on stickers to remove it. I've done that too, Carmen. You definitely can do that. Like Bruno always says, you can't use too many dimensional. That is so true. He is so funny. I miss him. We didn't get to see him. They were moving during our last whatever event. I can't remember what it was. But when we didn't get to see them, but we had such a fun time in Mexico and on the incentive trip in Norway. We sat at the same dinner table, I think I told you guys, and we just had a blast. And him and my husband just chatted for hours. We had such a good time. I think I told you our table was the last one that ever left. We were like the first ones there, last ones to leave. And we had so much fun. And who else was at our table? Janet Wakeland was there. And else came? Oh, and Rachel Tessman came and had dinner with us once, and Scott came. But anyway, it was kind of a rotating table because we didn't have, two of our people never showed up the whole time. We never saw them. They never came to dinner at our table, and so we always had guests. Like, who's coming tonight? Oh, good. I'm glad you guys like it. You know what? I love this DSP, and I have a ton of it. Because I did my Christmas cards, like I said. I did my Christmas cards. I did some other little things. I've done a lot of stuff with that paper. But I also have a project coming up for you guys in bingo and I can't show it to you. It's right there. And I want to show you so bad. But it is let me see if I have one of those papers in here. Like this, the whole side split on this one. I will show you what paper I'm using on it. I have a card over there too that has this paper. Oh, and that card has a funny story, so I'll have to share that with you later. And of course, the flowers come from this paper. Okay, so make sure you cut those out. Now, that being said, make sure you don't pass up these flowers at the top. Use your die, it cuts them out, and pop them up on top of these. I've shown you that. I think I did that before. And then the flowers for these, the ones that are cut, I'm going to show you something with that during bingo. So it won't be with these flowers, but you'll see. And then I don't think I must have used all of the paper, but it is the red poinsettia paper out of this set. So the all red, and I don't have any in this package because you know what I do? This might help you guys. This is kind of a helpful tip, and I mentioned it before. When I go through and I pull out all this paper and I use it, and then I pull out another paper and I'm using it like the flowers, I sort them out. So I will have a package or two of just full of all these flowers, and then all of the spray flower set, and then all of the red poinsettia, and then all of the one with the secret C. That way, when you're getting ready to do your projects and you're like, oh, I wonder if I have enough of that paper, you don't have to go through each package and see, did I pull out the paper in here already? Which paper did I need? What did I use? You just sort it all out. The problem is when I get rid of the paper later, you guys are going to get a lot of the same paper because it's all sorted. So you may get a whole bunch of this or the other side, like the polka dots here. You won't get this page, sorry, but and you'll get a whole bunch of one sheet, which is great if you're producing a lot of cards, but it helps me with projects that I'm doing. And if I know I'm going to be using a lot of several papers in that pack, which is what I want to do, then I will sort them out like that. And then that helps me when I'm doing bingo or class or whatever. I'm like, well, I have a lot of that paper. I need to come up with something. You should give us a sneaky peek of the bingo project. Oh, which one? Which one, Anna? Huh. You guys want a sneak peek? Okay, I'm going to show you guys because I've been dying to show you anyway. It's something I've done in the past. All right. But it was something that I wanted to do for myself. And so we're going to do a Kleenex box. Okay. So that's where my shaded spruce came from, is here. And it's the Kleenex box with the bottom. Okay. So it's not the one that you just, put over it. It's the one with the bottom. So that is going to be a bonus for November's bingo. Well, I don't know if that'll be the bonus, but maybe. We'll see. I usually take the one that's the most time consuming, and then that's what I do for the bonus because it's a separate video and it doesn't make bingo night so long. So, oh good, I'm glad you guys like it. I have my other one that I've had up here for a long time, and that DSP is long gone. So I was like, I need to make a new one. So I'm going to do Christmas, but then I'm going to make myself one out of the new paper. I think it's the Beauty Petals of Beauty. It's the new paper coming November 4th. So don't forget the new online exclusives are coming November 4th. What day is that? I think that's a Tuesday. I'm pretty certain because that is the day that the announcements are going live for the top performers and stuff for demonstrators. So it is Tuesday that online exclusives are going. The kit come in kit it special, the challenge for the demonstrators, that is November 1st. So that'll be then. When is November bingo? The night, please. It is the 19th. Let me see. Let me just triple check. Yes, the 19th at 5 o'clock. Yep. So, yay. And so if that was a lavender one. I do have a lavender one too, Margie, and that one was older. And I did this, the one I had here was in Lost, it was either Lost, I think it was Lost Lagoon and Pretty Peacock. So I'm gonna do the new one. Oh, the cake class. Thank you, Sherry. The cake class. Oh my gosh. I have a new card that I'm going to do, and I've never seen this fancy fold. I cannot wait to do it. The card class is with purchase. Okay. $75 if you purchase anything from me, $75 or more, then you will get this class free, but you must register. Okay. You must register for the class. All right. Now, that being said, remember the $75 needs to be before tax and shipping, and it needs to be after any Stampin' rewards that you use. Okay. The cake bundle, you are going to need that bundle, but if you do not have to add that in your $75. I decided it's easier if you're a demonstrator and you already have it. Then you can purchase whatever for $75, anything from a Stampin' Up store, for $75 and register. The registration is what, keeps the track of numbers for me. It takes it out of my, my quantity, out of my number control. So I know where I'm at. And that helps me. Will you please put my numbers back in the bucket? Oh, Anna, I will. I'll be sure to add them. Do we register before we order? Can we wait until next week? Sherry, either one. You can register now. There's an option that says I will order from you. That way you get on my order form just in case somebody wants to do it and I know you're going to wait to order. I'll remind you later if I'm about to send them out and I have like my numbers of what my kits are going to be, and then I'll send, I'll remind you to go pay for it. So you can just register and check the box that I'm going to purchase from you. That way, at least you're registered. Okay. You are welcome, Stacy. I have a stack of birthday cards, but some of them are in the other room. I'm waiting because I know I still have some coming. And so I'll show them when they all get here. So it's probably going to be, honestly, it's probably going to be after I get back from backstage because it's been crazy and busy with so much stuff. Let's see. You are welcome, Sherry. You're welcome. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. All right. So again, I'm just going to say join special, a couple days left. Please don't forget, if you are even thinking about it, join. That doesn't mean you can't say, you know what, I changed my mind. I don't want to do it. But you might as well use up your discount until you fall off. If you don't meet your quota, you will just fall off. No one's going to call you. No one's going to bug you. I'll message you and say, you're only X dollars amount away, because a lot of people don't look at their numbers. And so I might just say, hey, you're only $102 away if you want to, stay active. And if you say, no, I really don't think that's for me, then you stay a customer. That's all there is to it. Stampin' Up's not going to call you and bug you. They'll send you an email and they'll say, hey, don't forget you're impending or you haven't met your quota, but other than that, that's it. Let's see. Thank you for the sneaky peek. You're welcome, Anna. And you know I normally don't do that, but I was dying to show you guys because I was so excited and I love how it turned out. So I don't put sentiments on it or labels or anything, just so you know, because it's a tissue box. And so I don't want to have to worry about how am I putting it back up on my shelf for it to. Now, if you're going to be using it somewhere, like maybe in a bathroom or something, and you want to put something on there, by all means, you could do that. But I don't. And just because I have it right here, and it's super simple. Take the lid off, take your tissue out. Just make sure when you put the lid back on, and I'll show you this then, you have your oval a certain way. I used this one this time. And then, but once you pull your tissue out, you don't even, it's not oval to oval. I just decided to do it with something new and current. So, all right, everybody, have a fantastic rest of your week. I was trying to remember what day it was. I will see you on Sunday. I'm going to triple double check, but Saturday is Grayson's last regular baseball game or football game. It is going to be November. Oh, don't forget this weekend, daylight savings time change. And that's it. So I'll be here Sunday, and I will also be back on Wednesday, and then I am at Leaders, and I'll have lots to share with you when I get back. All right, everybody, have a great week. Bye.